Hello everyone, welcome to Sydney UFO Hunters. In this podcast, we are going to discuss the different types of night vision devices which are easily available to us on the internet. And we will go through the stats and the various information which will allow you to think of which ever night vision which you like. You can choose to go out there and pick it up and go out there and do some sky hunting and pick up some UFOs. So, we are going to be discussing on the various equipment used in sky watching, and there are a few variations of this particular night vision goggles. I'll go through the pros and cons, and also I will show you where you can purchase your very own goggles. And also, I'll tip you on a wonderful tool you can use while sky hunting, and I'll explain to you how I managed to collect the UFO information of the night vision. This night vision goggle is the first one I had my hands on, and it worked pretty well, and I'm still using it in today while sky hunting. The model number is NV400-B. Now, this particular night vision goggle has a nice dynamic widescreen. It goes between 300 feet to 400 meter night vision range, and these figures are very important. If it goes more than 400 meters, you will collect more noise and more inclusions in your field of view. Also, it has a 5 megapixel photo and a 640p video recorder camcorder. The pros are it's excellent for clear sky watching. The problem is it does take 8 batteries and may not like rechargeable batteries for some reason. And the day mode can be plain imaging, so the day mode would not be very clear. You can purchase this on eBay or AliExpress. So in front of you, you can see the NV400-B. This image has been collected, and it is a very good reference which explains to you how to use the different functioning on these goggles. So you got the standard on-off button, you got the IR button, which is pretty much creates more of a field of view of night vision. There's confirm buttons, zoom buttons, there's infrared light, there's focus, and this is very important, the focus wheel. And the other practically the knickknacks which comes with these night vision goggles. Now the R12 night vision goggles is practically lighter and smaller compared to the NV400-B. The R12 gives you a photo size of 10 megapixels to 5 megapixels. The binoculars with a 200-300 night vision range. Also it comes with a TFT LCD screen, and the pros are it's much lighter and it easily accepts rechargeable batteries, and the day use is much better than the NV400-B. The problem is it has 7 luminosity settings, which means it actually makes the image brighter. The NV400-B has 3 luminosity, and that gets rid of a lot of noise. But the R12 has a function which takes you to 7 luminosity, which means it's going to pick up so much data such as orbs and wisps. What I do recommend is, if you do choose to purchase the R12, keep the luminosity at 3. Again, this is accessible on eBay and AliExpress. As you can see here, we have a diagram of the R12 night vision binoculars. As we have the standard features such as on and off, it has a display screen, it has objective lens, there's a section for the batteries to pop in. Just have a good look through this diagram. The next night vision is the NV800. This is particularly the more advanced version of the NV400-B, as we have the video resolution at 1080p. The photo pixel is 3264 x 2448. This binocular has a 400 to 800 night vision range, which practically means you will be able to see more star systems with the NV800 rather the 400-B. It does have the LCD screen, which is quite helpful, and it's fantastic for skywatching. But it is heavy. It does take 8 batteries, and the luminosity will catch a lot of noise. As the others, you can buy it from eBay or AliExpress. Now here is the diagram for the NV800. As you can see, it has the basic functions such as the power on and off. It has the luminescent arrow button with 4 levels of luminosity. Also it has the zoom in and zoom out sections. Now for additional tools for skywatching. This is the fun stuff. What you want to do is get your hands on some green lasers. How we use green lasers is we just point it out in the night sky, wondering if it will attract any UFO phenomenon. Also, you can point out certain stars, and if you do find a UFO, you can point the lasers around it, and your friends can actually see where you're actually pointing the laser, as it is nighttime and you will see a beam of light. And remember, while using lasers, don't point them at airplanes or helicopters. That's why they pretty much made them illegal in the first place. Also, get your hands on some night lanterns. These are practically little lanterns which you can purchase online. They take batteries and it keeps the dark illuminated. And also get some chairs. You and your friends want to sit down and just chillax and look out in the night sky. So chairs is quite good to be really comfortable with. Also, what I did with my friends is we actually got our hands on a foldable table. So we usually put like beers and pizzas there. And the table, it gives you ease of access of allowing you to put down your night vision goggles on, because sometimes you do get tired using night visions, as it does play its toll on your hands because of its heavy factor. And wear warm clothes, especially when it's winter, and pretty much you can go from there. Remember, you can never get too prepared. Now we're concluding on Sydney UFO Hunters podcast, night vision binoculars. Now, people were asking how do these night vision goggles really work and why are they picking up UFO phenomenon? So what it does is, the night vision goggles can capture the heat signature of UFOs while they're cloaked. So that's practically the reason why we can pick them up on these devices. Also, best practices is grab a few mates. It's fun to be with your mates while sky hunting rather alone. And just make some barbecues, get some drinks, snacks, or even pizza. While hunting, there will be quiet periods. You might be, sitting down, looking at the night sky for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, and just randomly you get like a 5-minute window where you see a lot of UFOs. Also, find a clear field where you want to set up your camp. If the area is too lit up, it can affect your night vision capacity. And also, the way I capture UFOs is focus, focus, focus. So when you see a UFO phenomenon, you learn to pan your goggles across the sky. And while also doing so, you got to learn how to use the focus function. So when you see something, focus and track it across the sky. And also, if you really want to question whether you know if it's a real phenomenon or not, here are some basic pointers. 1. There will be no noise, because their technology did not make noise. We will not be able to see it with your naked eyes. Its movement is quite erratic, so it can't be a bat or a night bird. And it's not really bugs, because you'll be able to identify bugs to UFOs, because bugs just like little flutterings, just flashes across the screen. In practice, you will know what you'll be doing. This is Yashafirius. Thank you for listening to this podcast, and let's get more data out there for all of us to share.